So I am so excited to be able to be here this morning, not only following Maria Shriver, which is pretty cool, but also to share with you the revolutionary change that we see sweeping the enterprise software industry, and change that everyone in this room is really very well positioned to take advantage of. Now, I know that when I start talking about enterprise software, CRM, ERP, accounting, HR, supply chain, exactly. Your eyes start to glaze over, your mind wanders, you're probably all checking your email. And why is that? It's because for the last 20 years, enterprise software has been where innovation has gone to die. It's been, am I right? The old client-server model is all about huge upfront fees, long-running and very difficult implementations that usually fail, and if you succeed, your reward is expensive and time-consuming upgrades, and that's what you spend all your time doing. There is no room in the enterprise software world with the old model for real innovation. But fortunately, that model is finally, after 20 years, rapidly dying, and it's being replaced by a brand new model. A new model powered by fantastic experiences at the front end, using technologies like Flex and Air, and revolutionary new platforms at the back end, platforms that are delivered as a service over the internet with a new technology model focused on elasticity and multi-tenancy, and a new business model where you pay for what you use, not for what the vendor wants you to use. So what is an enterprise cloud platform? Well, there are lots of different flavors. It's an emerging new area. It's very exciting. But let me tell you really briefly about Force.com, which is the enterprise cloud platform that Salesforce.com provides. Now, not only does that platform power our customer relationship management suite that we've been delivering as a service over the internet for the last decade, but it's also being used by our 47,000 customers and 1.1 million subscribers to deliver and build 87,000 custom applications that they are using for themselves. And it's also being used by independent software vendors like many of you in this room to deliver 900 software as a service applications available for sale today at appexchange.com. So what is a cloud enterprise platform? Well, first and foremost, it runs over the internet. So the days of having to manage and procure and deploy and upgrade servers and storage and network and configure your software, those days are over. Those days are history. That makes no sense for you to have to do that. Instead, the infrastructure is provided as a service. You just plug in and get access to nearly unlimited computing capacity that you pay for what you use when you use it. So that's the way the software ought to be delivered. But of course, to be an enterprise cloud provider, it needs to be more than just the infrastructure services. You need the entire stack of what you need to very easily and effectively deliver enterprise software. A relational database as a service, a fully programmable application server as a service, a rich set of point-and-click application services, a workflow engine, an analytics engine, a search engine, a sharing and security model, multi-language, multi-currency, all of those services that you need to be delivered to you over the internet, combined with 24/7 operations, and if you're an ISV, ordering, licensing, billing, provisioning, all of that delivered as a service. No more infrastructure for you to manage. You can focus on innovation and not infrastructure. And when you combine that rich client cloud enterprise platform with the amazing technologies that you saw today, I want to see enterprise software with a little cloth. That would be amazing. I don't know what it would do, but it'd be pretty cool. When you have that kind of user experience and the robustness, the scalability, the reliability, the security that honestly you need, that is revolutionary. So let me give you a quick glimpse of what we're talking about here. So here I am at Salesforce.com, and I'm going to go ahead and log in. And now I'm logged into Salesforce.com. This is the implementation of Salesforce that my company has delivered. But of course, we don't have any data centers. We don't have any servers or storage or network. This is all coming from the cloud. And right now I'm looking at the Salesforce automation application, sort of our flagship application that we provide that lets you manage things like leads and accounts and contacts and opportunities and all the stuff that honestly most of you aren't that interested in. But if I click on this little drop-down menu, you see that I have access to a number of other applications. I have access to Salesforce automation, call center application, marketing automation. That's the CRM suite that we at Salesforce provide. But you can see there are a number of other custom applications that Salesforce does not provide, and that all of you now have the ability to easily build and deploy at scale without having to deal with all that infrastructure. So let me go ahead and click on a conference management application. So here, instead of accounts and contacts and opportunities, I have conferences, and I have tracks, and I have sessions, and I have rooms, the kinds of things that you need to manage a conference. And so just like Adobe has Max, we at Salesforce have our Dreamforce conference that actually just took place a couple weeks ago here at Moscone. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Dreamforce conference. This is all being driven out of that relational database that is delivered to you as a service. And you can see that up here we've got sort of a standard page layout that you just drag and drop to create. It's not very sexy, but it's really easy, and has the basic information. But embedded within the middle of this page is what is a flux control. Now this is a flux control running in the browser, in the client, seamlessly interacting with the Force.com database in the cloud. And so for example, you can see that the list of tracks here, developer, sales executive, service and support, are actually coming from the database. Those are the tracks associated with this conference. The list of sessions also coming from the database, and so on and so forth. And now what I can do is use this much more intuitive and easy to use user interface to assign sessions to time slots. And further, because it knows about the database, if I try and put this in the wrong track, that'll fail, and I actually have to go to take the right track and drop it over there. And for example, if I click on that session, you'll see that the date and time have already been set. So seamlessly interacting, rich client user interfaces with a robust cloud platform, all seamlessly provided for the user. Now, of course, this is a fairly simple application. I'm sure that all of you, with the creativity that you have, can imagine taking over the entire screen with Flux and Flash. Or, if you want to take the application entirely out of the browser, you can leverage Air, and within Air you can have applications that are very rich and robust, and also work when the user is disconnected and when the user is connected. So hopefully, what I've been able to whet your appetite on is the really amazing potential to combine Adobe's fantastic client-side technologies, fantastic experiences, Flux and Air, with a rich, robust, scalable, secure, feature-rich cloud enterprise platform delivered as a service. The days of managing infrastructure, which is mostly what IT organizations have to do today, those days are over. And if you're interested at all in learning more about this, I would love to have you come to our session on Wednesday at 3:30 when we're going to go into this in a lot of detail. And in fact, this very MacBook that I did the demo on, we're going to be raffling off. So please come, and thanks a lot.